Hi everyone and welcome to Life with SCG Chapter 5. Alright, so here's a post that I put on Instagram a little over 12 months ago. I thought I was being funny at the time, and little did I know how much it was going to play effect in real life, I guess, for me at that time. Things were going really well. It was the end of financial year. I was out and about with work, and it looked a little like, the Titanic sort of scene, if you know it. And I posted it with the Titanic theme song. Things are actually going really well. Like, work was good. It felt like my career was on track and my ship was upright, sailing in the right direction. Things got really good a week after that. I am a massive Taylor Swift fan, and me, my sister, and my niece managed to score tickets to the Eras Tour concert in Singapore. And the best thing about it, it was going to fall on the 3rd, which is the 3rd of March, also my birthday, where I was going to be turning 33. So all of threes, which is my lucky number. And I don't know, life was just great. Like, I don't know if you can really beat that at that point in time.
I'm the king of the world!
Yeah, so I guess little did I know how short-lived my excitement was going to be. A week later to the day, I did receive a text message from my granddad saying that my gran had put herself into hospital. She wasn't eating or drinking. She had battled cancers in the past, and I guess things weren't looking great. So we're obviously trying to be positive about it. However, being on the other side of the country to her, my instincts kicked in, and family means the world to me. I just booked some flights and I had to be able to go and see her and spend some time with her. Hey Scully Bear, what's that big thing there?
It's a Statue of Liberty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can see the Statue of Liberty already. Very small, of course.
Alright, so I'd received a message on the Friday night and I got into Brisbane on the Monday morning. Got dropped off at the hospital, and the first thing, obviously, need to find a room. I get to a room, well, I thought it was a room, and there was no one in there at the time, and I've looked around and it didn't really look like Grant's room, and then so I may have looked at a bit of paperwork and realised it definitely wasn't Grant's room. I'd gotten the room and floor number the other way around. So I obviously then go and find the correct room, and when I've rocked up, I'm ready to surprise her, get my phone out to realise that there's a man in the room with her. I didn't realise at the time, but it was her urologist, and he was halfway through the conversation. So the conversation being the quality of life conversation, and it obviously wasn't something that I was anticipating or ready for. However, yeah, my mind just went chaos.
Shut on the damn first! Shut up! Hold it! Hold it!
So once I took a moment to get my thoughts together, I guess I thought I got my thoughts together. I entered the room and surprise Gran, it took her about 30 seconds to realise not who I was, but the fact that I was actually there. So I got the surprise, and she was stoked. Urologist was obviously still there though, and he turned around and said he can come back later. My gran, really strong-willed, turned around and said, no, that's my granddaughter, keep going, and I guess I was now there to support her. Things kind of went really quickly from there, and my brain probably wasn't really understanding a lot what was going on. It was happening really fast. Another doctor came in shortly after, and I didn't fully understand what we were doing at the time, but I did help her sign her DNR. No one else was around, and yeah, it was really full on, I guess, and it wasn't what I was prepared for, but I was there to support my gran, and it was what she wanted. I didn't influence it. The conversation was, she was tired, and yeah, so she was. I pretty much just turned around to her and said that, she'd been lying in a bed for the last couple of days since Friday, pretty much not doing anything. Like, she wasn't even watching TV. Like, that's not the life for anyone. Like, being a big pet lover, we make these decisions for our fur babies and stuff like that, but obviously it becomes a lot harder when it comes to humans. And personally myself, like, if you don't have the quality of life, and if there's no quality of life laying in a bed, as simple as that.
Is there anyone there?
Yes, what do you see?
Iceberg, right ahead!
Thank you.
Iceberg, right ahead! On the starboard! Starboard!
Yeah, so as I mentioned, things went extremely quick from there. I won't go into a lot of it, however, I will say that I got to Brisbane and the hospital on the Monday, and Gran passed away Thursday by around about lunchtime, and I didn't know what the death rattle was prior to going through all this. And what I will say though is it's not something that I would want to experience again. There was, however, a good memory that I did get from this, and we'll share it now. I did sneak a beer into the hospital, and even though Gran wasn't really eating or drinking anything, I did manage to get her to have a sip, which is, I know, it's a fun memory that I will definitely treasure.
She can stay afloat with the first 4 compartments breached, but not 5. Not 5.
So trying to process things, I felt like I needed to get away from Brisbane. I'd been there for a week and a half by that point, and even though my family had then gone over to Brisbane for obvious reasons, and I just wanted to be able to come back to Perth, see my dogs, and just have a little bit of sense of reality to see if that would help me deal with and process what I'd gone through. Yeah, unfortunately, when I did come back to Perth, I got back in on the Wednesday. I went to work, and then on Thursday I received some horrible news that one of my high school friends had been murdered by her ex-partner, who was someone that I also went to high school with. And yeah, processing anything then just went completely out the window. I just numb, and all I wanted then was to be with family, which I've chosen not to be because I'd come back to Perth. And so instead of staying for the weekend, which was the original plan, and heading back for the funeral on Monday, I ended up getting on a plane after work on the Friday. and back over to Brisbane I go so that I could be with my family again. From Brisbane again, I then decided that I was going to live with mum and dad for a little bit. My house at the time, it just didn't feel like home. I'd lost a lot of what was my home over in Brisbane with Gran passing, and I was broken. And it's really hard saying stuff out loud, and I guess this is the purpose of this. So whilst living with mum and dad, they do live around the corner. I may have been a little bit strategic when I built my house. So it's not very far to get to. And so I was just coming back and forth and, cracking on with getting my backyard done and a little bit more painting. And that's where Gran came to life. And I got into painting, obviously, with, when Feb was deteriorating. So that was my dog a couple of years ago. And it's been a tool that I've used sort of ever since to try and help with anxiety and stuff like that. And it does, it works, but it's kind of just still that band-aid. So I think with me is I go into that world and I just obviously hyper-focus, and that's just what I'm doing. I'm not actually talking, I'm not saying things out loud, and just pushing through, which isn't great. Unfortunately, I did have another friend pass away in the coming weeks, and this time it was by suicide. And just threw another spanner into the works for me, and again, just not processing anything. So that's when I did end up taking a break from work. I took a break from work, and only a little one, and started looking for proper help.
Maybe we should try that new distress call. SOS. It may be our only chance to use it.
Hello.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.